Hello, welcome to day 30 of the Gospel according to Child Protection and Safeguarding. It's been 30 days of amazing lessons, and I hope you've been following us. Today, we'll be talking about unhealed wounds become generational fears. And as always, do you know where your children are? Do you know what your children are doing this very minute? I'll take the quote. What is violated in one generation can be transmitted to the next, not only through actions but through fears, suspicion, and wounds left unhealed. Protect children and heal survivors, lest pain becomes an inheritance. I don't think anybody wants their pain to be inherited by their children, right? And I mean, in the last 5 days, we have talked about stories, we've received letters, and this is another story of a trusted driver who was employed by a doctor, right? And this driver picks this child from school every day. And most times, the girl will wait for her dad in the hospital. Of course, this particular day, the driver had been doing some things that were funny, but nobody knew. But this particular day, an employee of the organization saw the driver trying to abuse the daughter, and he was reported. Another story again that was said to me about a man who was sick. His family had left him, and his friend decided to bring him to the house. Now, in the course of him staying in the house, he fell sick and everything that happened to him. But this uncle, who is supposed to be the daddy's best friend, tries to abuse his friend's daughter. It doesn't end there. This girl thinks that every man is an abuser because of what happened. Of course, the little girl who the driver tried to abuse, he was reported to the police, and all the investigation and all the things that needed to be done was done. But it had left a scar on the child. Now, the second girl as well didn't trust anybody. She felt everybody was an abuser. Everybody. Now, these stories are not just to make us scared, but to remind us that danger doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes it comes from the people that we trust, the people that we serve, and the people who we shelter. Now, this other girl, fast forward, who survived the betrayal of her uncle, grew up to become a woman who finds it very difficult to trust. She's married now. Even in her marriage, it is a struggle to leave her children with her husband. It is a struggle to leave her children with her father. Her husband has done nothing wrong to end the suspicion. Nothing wrong. But something is just locked in her head that all men are abusers. And yet sometimes we feel like the wounds of yesterday should just be gone. It's okay. No. The wounds of yesterday have now become her fear. So in her head, her husband might be an abuser. If her husband mistakenly tells any of her children to sit on the lap, something is ringing in her head. This is about to happen. This is about to happen. Trauma has taught her that all men are dangerous. Now, unresolved childhood hurt does not just go away. We say this all the time. If you have an injury on your leg, you can't just wish it away. You have to treat it. You have to pay close attention to it. If you don't, the sore becomes worse. Not every man is an abuser, and not every fear reflects the present reality of what it is. But unresolved pain can make yesterday's danger feel like a permanent reality for any child, for anybody. And so therefore, child protection is not only about preventing abuse, it is also about helping survivors heal. A lot of people are living in fear because one, we also have a culture of silence. And then again, we think that, oh, I can't say these things. They will think that I am mad or I'm seeking for attention. There are some people who have been abused and they've gone, they are okay. They had great support system. Others haven't. Now, these things that we say are meant to help us become better parents, become better caregivers, become a better society, become a better nation, and keep an eye on children. And we always say these things. It sounds like a joke. You see your friend's son, you say, my husband. He can never be your husband. You see your friend's daughter, my wife. How? It sounds like a joke. Oh, it's just something of God. She's not your wife. She's a baby. He's not your husband. You are married. These are children. These subtle words, it's not encouraged. And we should stop encouraging things that are wrong. I know you say these things have been happening. Even if a lie has been in existence for 50 years, it can never be the truth. Never. So this subtle thing, greet my wife for me, or how? Your wife is at home with your children. Leave that little girl alone. Leave that little boy alone. Remember, the good book I read says, the Bible says, out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth will speak. Why are you looking at the boy and saying he's your husband, or looking at the girl and saying she's your wife? Let's begin to say the right things. Let us reculture ourselves and do what is right. And let's do right by children. Let's do right by children. And I'll leave you with this charge today. Protect children with vigilance, but do not leave survivors alone with their pain. Believe them, support them, seek healing, train caregivers, hold offenders accountable, and teach the next generation that wisdom is not the same as fear, and discernment is not the same as suspicion. And I'm sure you've been following us for the past 29 days. Today is the 30th day, and I'm sure there are lessons that you've learned. We would be happy if you drop your lessons in the comment sections. We would like to hear from you and we would like to reach you. The gospel according to child protection is true. It is measurable. It is doable. Children deserve safety. Survivors deserve healing. Families deserve accountability. Communities deserve awakening. And every child deserves to grow up knowing that love protects, truth confronts, and God restores. Children should know this. Children should be safe in your company. Children should grow up understanding that this community that I find myself protects. Now, this is the end of the gospel according to child protection. It's been 30 days. I have had an amazing time. I have learned a lot myself, and I'm sure you have learned a lot too. We'll see you some other time. God bless you and goodbye.